Good morning and welcome to another episode of Tactical Tips brought to you by the Independent Dealer Podcast and our friends at Neo. Again, if you are in the buy here, pay here business and you are trying to underwrite loans without an aid, either a spreadsheet or like Neo, online software, you're just not doing it right if you're not using something. I recommend using Neo. Take the guesswork out, take the human factor out of writing these loans and underwrite it with a product that has proven success and will help you. It has helped me. It's helped me sell more cars and hopefully build a better portfolio. So anyway, today we're talking about a mission statement. We hear this. We're like, oh, we're a small business. Why do we need a mission statement? We sell cars to people. We sell widgets to people. Why do we need a mission statement? Well, the answer is pretty simple. The reason people need mission statements is that people need a reason. So you need a reason to get up in the morning a lot of times. Your employees need a reason to come to work, and your customers need a reason to buy from you. So an example of reasons mission statements help, or mission driven companies help, is let's talk about Tom's Shoes. Let's talk about Patagonia or Ben & Jerry's. We all know these big companies, and they were set up for a mission, right? A mission to give shoes away in Tom's. Ben & Jerry's is a social justice type of thing. And Patagonia, they've done so much for the environment. It's really incomprehensible to think about. But it all started with a simple mission statement. So how do we go about writing these mission statements? That's what we're going to talk about today. 5 tactical tips to get you moving in the right direction. So what steps do we have to take to do it? So last week we talked about our core business values. So number 1 is you want to define those core business values. If you didn't watch last week's video, go check it out. It'll help you write those. You're going to need those to start with. If you don't have those, building a mission statement is probably impossible. So get those, write them down, then we move on to step 2. Step 2 is pretty simple. Simple as in we use simple words to describe what our business does and the customers they serve. You don't want to use business jargon. One of the things, like if you're in the buy here, pay here industry for years, that was jargon. Buy here, pay here, or BHPH. You don't want to use things like that. You want to be simple. We finance customers ourselves. These are the things we do. So make sure you use very simple words to describe what your business does. Number 3, and sometimes this can be hard, but you got to know what it is. And it's, how does my store, if we're selling widgets, if we're selling cars, whatever we're doing, if we're an attorney, it doesn't really matter. What differentiates what I do compared to what my competitors do? How do I do it better? How do I do it differently? Because if you can define that, it's a step to writing that mission statement that's going to get buy-in from everybody. And that's really what your mission statement is going to do, getting buy-in. So number 4, and you may not even think about this when you talk about a mission statement, but mission statements can go back and forth on, you can have a mission statement that maybe lasts for 1 or 2 years, and then in those 2 years, you're going to grow, and you're going to decide to make a different mission statement. So you need to have a time limit set on those goals described in your mission statement. So make sure that if your mission statement is, we're going to do X, you've got to say, we're going to do X by Y. So we're going to build our customer base to 1,000 customers within 3 years. Once we hit those 3 years, then we're going to sit back down and rewrite our mission statement, because then we're going to say we're going to hit 2,000 by X. So these are the things you need to do. Last thing is so important. Keep that mission statement short, simple, to the point. That way you remember it, your customers remember it, and most importantly, your employees remember, because that way they're going to buy in. They're going to know that we're doing it the right way every morning when we wake up. I want to throw in one little last thing, and that is read a book that I'm going to tell you to read here. It's Business Made Simple by Donald Miller. And he talks about this in more depth and probably a lot better than the way I've described it. So read it, do it, and next week, let's talk about something else. See you then.